Hi, Fran. Hi. So I'm going to ask you some questions, okay? Okay. So we talked about listening before, and sometimes it's really hard for you to listen. When is it really hard for you to listen?
I don't know.
What time of the day that's really difficult for you to listen?
The morning.
The morning? Why is it really hard for you during the morning?
Because of the one of the iPads are out of batteries, and Babe will want to watch a show, and I don't want her to watch a show with me.
Okay, so it's really hard for you in the morning because you don't want to share in the morning? No. How do you think Maeve feels when she doesn't have a show to watch? Fran?
Sad.
Sad. And how does that make you feel when she's sad? Franny?
Sad?
That's right. So you're both sad. So what's another way that we can look at it? How can we fix this? Okay, Fran?
Share.
Share. I think that's a great idea. And do you think when you share, then you both won't be sad? That's good. And then the morning won't be so difficult, right? When else is it really hard for you to listen? How is bedtime for you?
I don't want to pick a book.
You don't want to pick a book. Why don't you want to pick a book? Because you don't want to go to sleep?
Yeah.
Yeah. I know, I remember when I was a little boy that it was really hard for me to share some of my things with my parents. And you know what they taught me?
What?
That sharing is caring. And that makes you feel good. So I think that's a really good thing. So let's go back to the morning. So it's really hard for you to listen in the morning because you don't want to share the iPad. Is there anything else in the morning that's really difficult for you? How about in the morning? What do you think you're really good at in the morning?
Coloring.
So can you say, like, start with I? So I am.
I am.
Mm-hmm.
Good.
At what?
Coloring.
Awesome. So you're really good at coloring. So maybe another alternative is if one of the iPads is not working, what do you think you could do instead of watching a show?
Coloring.
Awesome. I think that's really good.
Or playing.
Playing. So that's really good. And do you think you would listen better if you had those options? Yeah? I think that's a really good idea. So if we look at sort of like your behavior a little bit, and we see that it's really hard for you to listen in the morning. So it's really hard for you to listen, and then that causes you to feel sad. And because you feel sad, then you're a little bit grumpy. No, you're not grumpy when you feel sad? How do you feel when you're sad?
Sad.
Yeah, that's true. So we discovered that it's really hard for you to listen in the morning because you don't want to share. So what are the things that we came up with? What are some of the other things that we could do in the morning? So we talked about coloring, and we talked about sharing. Is there anything else that you could think of doing? No? Okay. So, can we just go over some of the things that we did?
Oopsie.
I got it, hon. So why do you think Mommy and Daddy want you to listen? Think about it. Training.
Because you want us to listen.
Yeah. And listening is...
Listening.
is good or bad?
Good.
Yeah. And do you know why it's good? Because it can show Mommy and Daddy that you are what, do you think? Franny.
Good.
That's right.
And other people that were good.
That's right. So that's really important. Do you listen in school? Yeah? Do you listen at Jimmy's? Okay. So do you think we can, some of the things that we talked about like sharing and how that's like kind and good, do you think maybe you could take some of these things to school and to Jimmy's? Like how do you think you can...
Daddy, can I just dip my finger in there? Because
Sure.
some of all these are kind of like mixed up.
Yeah, let's go for it, kiddo. Okay, so do you think you could do something for me? So in the morning, when it's really difficult and the computers are not working, what do you think you could do?
Color and play.
Color and play. And if there's only one computer working, what do you do with your sister?
Share.
Share. Okay, so do you think you can work on those things? Because there's another alternative to look at this, right? You can look at it in another perspective. So, like, if you're not sharing with Maeve, what do you think Maeve will learn? Fran?
To share.
That's right. So if you look at it like, if you share, then she learns to share. I think that's a really good way to look at it, right? And another thing is like, if you lead by example, do you know what I mean by that? What does example mean? So if you do something and Maeve copies you, right? So another thing is to look at is like, you're setting a good example for Maeve. So whatever you do, Maeve will do, right? So what do you think will happen if you should?
Daddy.
Yeah?
Scratch Daddy.
Okay. Do you want another one? So don't you think it's important to like lead by example? So
Daddy, I'm gonna mix up the red and
sure.
mix it.
Okay.
Okay, I'll take a little bit of red
So okay.
and
So
a lot of white.
what do we talk about? Do you remember? Yeah, you did.
Oh, it's kind of
Pink. Yeah. So what do
I
we?
made pink.
Yeah. So what do we talk about quickly?
I'm making pink.
Good job. Hey kiddo, what did we talk about?
Share.
Sharing. What else?
Listening.
Right. And what are we going to do tomorrow?
Listen.
Listen. And?
Share.
And if the computers are not working, what are we going to do?
Share.
Awesome. Because that's good, right? Okay. Thank you. That's it. Can you say bye to the camera?
Bye.